Hey guys, this is meant to be a nice little quick routine you can do before bed, just to get a little bit of length in the body before you fall asleep, especially if you haven't been active all day, or even if you have been active and you feel like a little bit tight. So make your way to your space, and we're gonna go ahead and start in all fours. Bring the hands to the outer edges of the mat if you have one. Push the ribs up towards the sky. Top of the foot pulls forward. The knees press wide. Sit back. Keep the belly long, and then inhale, pull the head forward, reaching forward. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, lengthen forward. Just trying to create more space between the head and the hips, as if you could make more space between each and every vertebrae. Now we're going to tuck the toes, lift the knees just enough to place the left hip down, bringing your right fingertips to your mat, and then slide it in. Press and support with the right hand. Extend the left arm towards the right corner of your mat and let your head dive down. The ribs slide up. And then now notice how I don't just collapse down back here. I'm sliding forward, finding length in the spine. Bring the elbow down to your space. Pick up the hips, slide them back behind you, lengthening through the belly. So instead of kind of turning into this fetal position, into this ball where the belly is really short and compressed, instead lengthen the hips back behind you. Yeah, push down into the left side of the body. Push down so much that your waist almost lifts up. So instead of here, push down into the left outer hand, the left outer shoulder, the left outer foot. Bring the right hand to the right knee. Press them into each other. The knee pushes forward towards the chest, and the hand pushes back towards the feet. Allow that to lengthen the belly more. And it almost lifts the head up. It's like the head wants to stretch and lengthen forward. Now bring the left hand to support the left side of the head. The head can stretch back into the hand. The belly can open. Finding all this extra length, this extra lift up. Bring the right hand now to the right side of the head. Little bicycle here. Head presses back. The elbows pull forward. Breathing here. Right foot will touch down, right foot and knee touch down, and bring the right elbow back down. The left arm extends once more, lying on your left arm. Allow the belly to move halfway between. You're kind of like on your belly and your side. It's like a diagonal here. This is a great place to read, to maybe watch TV or be on your phone. A really, really nice, relaxing position. Think about the throat being open though. So instead of tucking down, think about lifting and lengthening up. All right, bring the right hand back to the mat. Extend the left arm forward in front of you. Let the head drop back. Right arm is going to lift up. And now if I just stay this way, I'm going to bring the left arm up as well. If I just stay this way, you can check out the video and notice how flat and how compressed maybe it looks for me. Like my spine feels very short and compressed. So to get out of that, I'm going to press into the back of the head and lift the left shoulder more to the left. A little micro adjustment, so it's not tucked underneath you. Now, here's the big adjustment for me. Press into the right inner foot, left outer foot. Push them forward and reach the hips back. Notice how the waist lifts up off the mat. So I'll do it again to demonstrate. So we're here and kind of twisting from this compressed. Think about, twisting very compressed. All the discs push into each other. There's a lot of tension there. Or we can lengthen and then find a twist where there's all this space. So that's what I'm doing. I'm pressing into the feet, lifting the waist up, and then finding a better twist. For me, it feels amazing. I hope it feels better for you as well. Left hand, actually, let's push both arms up towards the ceiling. Push them up, reach the ribs back, and now energetically pull the hands towards the knees. Push the hips back more. Let the belly move further forward. Left hand connects to the outer right knee. Pull with the hand, pull down, the knee presses up, right fingertips all the way to the floor, up overhead, lift the chin. Ideally, the nose is in line with the sternum. So even for me, I have a tendency to really over-rotate the neck, but think about the nose staying in line with the center of the chest, but keep the chin lifted away from the chest. Push into the feet once more. Inhale, both arms come up, both feet come to the mat, and use the back of the body to move back to the center of your space. Extend the right arm now to the right, rolling to your right side. You'll notice that the spine is very compressed here. If I don't move and I keep this, you can even feel the vertebrae in the low back are very rounded. So pick up the hips, slide them really far back. I think mine just went like a foot back, and then once I land them, I find they can even go back further. Bring the left elbow down and then pick up the right arm. Stretch the right arm further away from you. Get longer between the hips, between the ribs, between the shoulders and the head. Press down into the right side of the body so much you can almost lift the waist up, or at least get lighter in the waist. Pressing down into the right pinky edge of the foot, the ankle lifts up. Press down into the right pinky edge of the hand, the wrist lifts up. And then bring the left hand to the left knee. Press them into each other so strongly you can lift the leg without a lot of effort. The knee pushes forward, the hand pushes back, extending, lengthening the spine. And you might find that you want to pick up the head, stretch it away from the hips. Find a breath or two here with the head hovering. It's okay, unless it's painful. Let it hover for a moment, stretching the head forward. And then bring the right hand to support the right side of the head. The head can press back into the hand, and the hand can lift the head further away from the shoulders. Left hand now supports the left side of the head. Bicycle the left leg. As the foot pushes away from you, the head stretches forward. As the knee comes in, the hips sit back. So I'm not rounding as the knee comes in. Instead, I'm sitting back deeper. Breathing here. Left foot and knee will land in front of the right. Left elbow comes back down. Let the head return to the right arm. Slide the hips back. Let the belly rotate more towards your mat. Breathing here, knowing that this is an awesome place to rest. Lifting the chin away from the chest, letting the throat be just as open as the belly. Place the left hand down, let the head drop back. You can almost slide the right shoulder forward. Left arm picks up, and then the right arm picks up. If you need to untuck the right shoulder, go for it. And then this is where, again, if I don't adjust and I don't do this bowspring posture, I get really short and compressed in the low back, the waist. They just smush into each other, and it does not feel good for me. So extend the arms up, push the left inner foot into your mat, the right outer foot into your mat, push the feet forward, reach the hips back, lift the waist up, or at least get it lighter so it's not heavy and sinking down. The belly is lifting up. Set the hips back further. Reach the belly up more. Push the arms up towards the ceiling and then energetically pull them towards the legs, lengthening the belly more. Right hand comes to the outer left leg, left fingertips all the way to the floor, up overhead. Energetically pull with both hands towards the center of the body, continually trying to make more space between each and every vertebrae. Push the hips back, making sure you're not over rotating the neck. Make more space around the shoulders, around the lower jaw. Inhale, both arms rise up, pressing into your feet. Make your way to the center of your mat using the back of the body. Bring the feet close to the hips. And then it may not look like I'm lifting the hips here, but we are going to lift them, but lift the belly higher. Slide the hips to the right, slide them to the left, slide right and left. Finding center, allow the hips to sink down, but the belly will stay lifted. Bring the hands into pull-up bar, elbows up towards the ceiling, fingertips touch the floor. Lift the chin away from the chest and then slide the feet further from the hips and about as wide as your mat. Allow the knees to move to the right. Option again to just relax and collapse here. Or press into the left inner foot, right outer foot. Reach the hips back and let the belly move up towards the ceiling. Inhaling all the way up. Exhale, knees to the left. Hips push back to the right. Push into the feet to get the more length in the belly. It's this really cool thing. If you can push into the feet, the belly feels like it lengthens at least an inch, therefore lengthening the back at least an inch. Exhale, make your way back. Pick up the hips, just set them down so they're not twisted or rotated. Bring the hands to the knees, little rock right and left. Exhale, feet come down, cross the forearms, and now rock the ribs right and left. Pausing anywhere that feels like it needs a little more time. Option to hang out here if you'd like. Tuck the chin and lift the head, getting lower into the ribs. Reverse the cross of the arms, right arm on top. Push the right arm down, lift the left arm up, lifting up. Slowly work your head back to your mat. All right, option for the upper back now. So walk the feet close to the hips again. Lift the belly, let the hips stay low. And now very gently, very softly, with a lot of delicacy, little rock in the upper back, right and left. Be gentle, be soft. Switch the cross of the arms last time. Exhale, let the hips come down. Let the hands release. Extend the legs one at a time to the end of your space. If you'd like to pause and move to your bed, go for it. If you'd like to take this meditation here and now, we will. Reach underneath the hips, and what I'm going to do is pull the flesh out and up towards the low back. So I'm on the lowest part of the butt, reaching under the very lowest part of the butt. Lift the hips, untuck and widen the flesh out, and notice how that changes the belly. So I'll do it again. So this is kind of where I am. My belly is shorter. So what we're going to do is untuck the tailbone and lengthen the belly, lengthen the space between the belly button and the pubic bone. Now it may feel really crunchy in the low back, so take the arms up towards the sky. Rock the arms right and left as you lift a shoulder blade. Let's say we lift the right shoulder blade, set it down up higher and more to the right. Now lift the left shoulder blade, lift it up higher and more to the left. Rocking right and left, widening and expanding the ribs, lifting them up away from the hips. Exhale the arms back down. Lift the head, lengthen it away from the shoulders, set it back down. Closing the eyes, take at least 3 deep breaths here. Inhale fully. Exhale fully. Inhale, big deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Last one, inhale. Exhale. returning to a natural, relaxed breath. And allow that breath to soften through the entire body, letting it almost melt away any tension, starting at the feet, letting the feet relax little by little, softening through the knees, through the hips, noticing the rise and fall of the breath with the belly. The expansion of the ribs, widening of the shoulders, the length of the arms, and the softness in the hands and the fingers. Letting the collarbones and the shoulder blades both widen, making more space for the heart. Releasing any tension within the neck, the throat, or the jaw. And separating the back teeth away from each other. Releasing any tension within the mouth, in the cheeks, the eyes, or the forehead. Now allowing the breath to soften even more, further releasing and letting go. And feeling free to stay as long as you'd like. Have a wonderful night.